Somebody's Problem by Morgan Wallen is going to be played in standard tuning and then capoed on the 3rd fret, being played out of D major formation. I'm going to be referring to these frets as though the capo is the nut, so frets 1, 2, 3, and 4 instead of frets 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then I'll refer to this as a D chord even though technically it's in the key of F. This chord we're playing is a real F, but it's a D shape, so I'll call it a D, and like an A and B minor and G, E minor, E major, things like that. Alright, so the song is being fingerpicked, it sounds like. You're going to begin in D formation with your first finger on the 3-string 2 fret, your ring finger on the 2-string 3 fret. And honestly, for most of this song, I leave my ring finger in D formation right here, almost with this D chord intact, just kind of using my pinky and second fingers to move, sonically to kind of move the progression to the notes on the bass end that I want. So everything that I'm doing here, you can think of just as standard chords. If you don't want to leave your first and ring finger in D position, you could play a standard B minor where instead I'm doing something like this, or a standard G major where instead I'm doing something like this, or a standard E minor where instead I'm doing something like this. And you'll see these points as I get to them in the lesson, but I think it sounds good to try to leave as much of your first and ring fingers in this D formation as possible. So for the intro is definitely being played this way. I was speaking more broadly about just the chords whenever we get more into the meat of the song, but the intro is out of D formation. You're going to pluck your thumb on the open 4 string, and then your first finger to the 3rd string where you've got your first finger on your left hand on the 3-string 2 fret, and then your second finger on your picking hand needs to pluck the 2nd string where you've got your ring finger on the 2-string 3 fret. And then come back with your first finger to the 3 string. And then before you switch to the next chord, you can hear the 4 string get hit again. And then you're going to move with your pinky finger to the 5-string 4 fret, and you're going to repeat that. So now thumb on the 5 string, and first finger on the 3 string, second finger on the 2 string, back to the 3 string, and then hit the open 4 string again. So you've got the D chord to the 5-string 4 fret, and then we're going to go to the 5-string 2 fret. Now I tend to do that with moving of my second finger to the 5-string 2 fret. You might want to pick up your first finger and just move your first finger to the 5-string 2 fret. Either way works, but on this chord, the 3 string definitely gets opened up. You can hear the 3 string ringing open because now the picking pattern is going to be 5 string, open 3 string, 2 string, where our ring finger still is in this D position on the 2-string 3 fret, and then back to the 3 string, and then you hit the open 4 string again, and then back up to, with your pinky finger, the 5-string 4 fret, and you want to, in this chord, put your first finger back down into D position on the 3-string 2 fret so that you can go 5 string, 3 string, 2 string, and then the 3 string again, and then the open 4 string, so you got, and then back into the D, and that repeats. That's it at speed. After it goes through that round a few times, it's then into a pre-chorus where I'm almost certain that for this first G chord, you definitely still leave your first finger and your ring finger in D position, and you move with just your second finger to the 6th string, 3 fret. Your second finger should be muting out the 5 string, but you'll have an open an open 4 string. Your first finger is on the 3-string 2 fret. Your ring finger is on the 2-string 3 fret. And here I think it starts to kind of maybe break a bit more into a strum of like a down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up will get you by. So the G chord to an A chord. So for the A chord, I tend to again leave first and ring finger in D position. I move my second finger to the 4th string 2 fret, but it might make sense to just bar the A chord here. First finger barring across the 2nd fret of strings 4, 3, and 2 with an open 5 string, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And then we've got the chorus, and the chorus will be a D chord to a B minor chord. And the way that I'm playing the B minor is, again, I'm leaving first and ring fingers in D position. I'm moving with my 2nd finger to the 5 string 2 fret. I'm letting the open 4 string ring open between them. So D to B minor. If you want to just play a standard B minor chord, you can. That would be first finger on the 5 string 2 fret, ring finger on the 4 string 4 fret, pinky finger on the 3 string 4 fret, 2nd finger on the 2 string 2 fret. So D to a B minor, and then you want to hit an E minor is what the next chord is. So you can play either a traditional E minor with your 2nd finger on the 5 string 2 fret, ring finger on the 4 string 2 fret, or because I'm leaving my first and ring fingers in D position, my 2nd finger had been on the 5 string 2 fret, so D chord to the B minor, to the E minor. For the E minor, I just hit the open 6 string, and I don't actually move anything about my 2nd, 1st, or ring fingers. I just hit the open 6 string, and then reiterate the chord that I've already got fretted beneath it. So D to the B minor, to the E, or the 6th string, and then the A chord. So an A chord, and then repeat D to the B minor, to the E, or E minor rather, to the A chord. And then here's where in the 3rd round of the chorus we get a change. It goes, instead of back up to the D, so after the A it comes up to a B minor, and you can play the B minor traditionally. I tend to continue to play it like this with my 1st and 2nd finger, my 1st and ring fingers in D formation, and using my 2nd finger on the 5 string 2 fret to make the B minor. So we've got a B minor to an A. For the A, I just open up the 5 string and I move my 2nd finger to the 4 string 2 fret, or you can just bar an A. So B minor to an A chord, to a G chord, standard G major chord, and then here's the last new chord of the song. It's an E major. It's either an E major or it's in like an E dominant 7. But after the G chord, you want your 2nd finger on the 5 string 2 fret, your ring finger on the 4 string 2 fret, your 1st finger on the 3 string 1 fret, open 6 string, open 2 string, open 1 string. And then after one beat of that, or one measure of that E major chord, you're then going to just lift your 1st finger off the fretboard and make an E minor chord. So you hear that kind of strange chord shift that happens in the chorus. After the E minor, it goes up to the A major, and then back into the intro riff. But listen to this chorus one time very slowly. D chord to the B minor chord, to the E minor chord, to the G chord, or to the A chord, I'm sorry, to the D chord, to the B minor chord, to the E minor chord, to the A chord. That was 2 times through the chorus. And then B minor, walk down to the A, down to the G, and now we've got our E major, now E minor, to the A chord, to the D riff. Lastly, the bridge. There's a bridge in the song that's going to be just a G chord to an A chord. And I can't remember if it does that twice or just once, but a G chord to an A chord, perhaps twice, and then back into, I think, another chorus of D chord to the B chord, or B minor chord to the E minor chord, to the A chord, to the D chord, to the B minor chord, to the E minor chord, to the A chord, ascend to the B minor, down to the A, down to the G, down to the E major, to the E minor, to the A, and then intro. So those are the chords and the movements to Somebody's Problem by Morgan Wallen. Hopefully this gives you an idea of how to approach the song.